I was going, everybody. It's your boy A.O. Black, and you're tuned into another episode of Black Talk. And I know you're probably thinking, man, what is Black Talk? Black Talk is where I simply invite people from the city, and I ask them one question: what is it that you do around the city? So I'm sitting here with my man, my player partner, big homie, man, just like Trey G, another K104 legend, man, K104 star, man.
I appreciate that.
I'm sitting with the man. You might have heard him on K104 with Cat Daddy, making that loud intro with Mr. High School Holla. Yes. I'm sitting with nobody other than Mr. Ron Murray. How y'all doing, man?
The biggest. Black, thank you so much. Big congratulations on your new endeavor. Black Talk. Let's get right to it, baby.
Yes,
thank
sir.
You, man.
Man, I appreciate you coming, man.
Thank you.
Well, a lot of people know that I work with at K104. I just really just hit them up in the DMs like, hey man, do you mind swinging through? You and Trey G, are the first two I hit up.
Shout out Trey
man.
G.
Yeah, shout out my
Trenches.
boy Trey G. Y'all hit me back like, hey man, whatever you need, I'm on it.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
on it. So I was like, hey, I appreciate it. My boy Father Rob said what's up to you too, man.
Okay, that's what's hey, shout out to Rob. Yeah. Hey, how them beats? They fire.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob. Shout out to Rob, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just happy. I'm happy, excited for you come through, man, for this thing to be going on. Like I told Trey G, Big Rob and Reverend Lions, when it came through, you know what I'm saying? This is something I supposed to have been started, man. But,
okay.
When COVID hit, you know what I'm saying, that took me off one path. Then other stuff hit again, and really, this whole show just basically started off me just stepping out on faith, trusting what God had me to do, and now I'm here doing it.
Nah, that's usually how it is, because really sometimes the biggest part of anything is just starting.
Exactly.
That could be the biggest part.
That's crazy. I was talking to Rob earlier, and I was telling him, like, man, I gotta get my part back started. I said the hardest part is just going, man.
Yes.
Just do it, man.
Yes.
His pops tell us that all the time. He was sitting here. But even when we be at the house, and his pops tell us that all the time. Just go, man. Y'all young, man. Go.
Shout out Big Rob.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's my dog, man. That's a great man. But with Ron, man, basically, I'm going to ask the same question like I ask everybody else. What is it you do around the city?
Well, my name is Ron Murray, K104 Sports Director, Mr. High School Holla, the biggest.
Yes, sir.
I work at K104. With that, I'm the sports director. I do a lot with high school sports, the Mavericks, the Cowboys. Also, I like to do community outreach initiatives. Recently, this past weekend, I had my 4th annual school supply giveaway, so I am pretty excited about that. Was able to go to the Pride of the West Side, Pinkston High School, gave out some school supplies there. Then, of course, whatever you do in Dallas, you got to do in Tarrant County. Yeah. So then after that, we went to Seguin High School in South Arlington, gave out some school supplies as well. So, I'm your friendly neighborhood radio guy, man. It ain't crazy to be like, man, I saw Ron Murray in West Dallas. I saw Ron Murray in the South. I saw him over in the land. So it ain't surprising if you see me out and about.
One of the times I saw you, it was Langston versus Samuel.
Yes, no. I know you're talking about. Yeah. I'm trying to remember who they were playing, but yeah,
it was one of them Langston games. I just randomly looked down. I said, "Hey man, Ron Murray down there, man." So the band finna go down for halftime. I said, man, well, y'all don't need me for that part. So I went over there. I'm talking to Ron Murray.
Yeah.
I hear AD get on the mic and introduce the band. I said, oh man, I'm supposed to be at work, man. I sit down and
shout out AD.
Yeah, man. So that's crazy, man. So let's start from the very top, like I do with everybody else, man. So how did you get on to doing sports? Like, were you an athlete in high school?
I was an athlete in high school, but honestly, I knew that I always wanted to do something in sports growing up. I just didn't know what it was. I never thought that I could really be a professional athlete, but I thought about coaching. I thought about being an agent. I thought about being a trainer. I thought about being a facilities person. So I just knew whatever I wanted to do, I wanted it to be in sports. I knew that part. I just didn't know what it was going to be. So then when I did come up here to go to college, I went to Paul Quinn College. But to answer your question, in high school, I played football and wrestled. So I was an athlete. I played in middle school and high school and everything. Then when I came to college, I went to Paul Quinn College, and then started my communications career, communications major, and I played football at Paul Quinn for my freshman and sophomore year. And then I made that choice to just go straight radio.
Okay. Now, with Paul Quinn football, like, who did y'all play?
So check this out. Thank you for this, because I'm going to talk Paul Quinn football. So we pretty much played almost half the SWAC, because we played Jackson State pre-Dion. We played Mississippi Valley State. We played
that's one SWAC school I never liked, bro.
I went there once, and shout out to Valley. Shout out to Valley. We went out there. Yeah. Then we played we would play Prairie View every year.
Okay.
Then along with that, I think I said UAPB. Then we would play Langston, and we played a lot of NAIA schools, but we were really a renegade outlaw program in a way because we played Trinity Valley. We would play JUCO schools. Yeah. We would play D2. Like, we pretty much played anybody. So that's really what it is, because you'll have a lot of people say, oh, we didn't play anybody, we didn't do this, or we didn't do that. I have pictures of when, like, Mississippi Valley would come to the Quinn, and it would be a nice crowd. When Langston would come to the Quinn, because, of course, a lot of Dallas DFW people go to Langston. It was a good crowd. So, you know, Paul Quinn football, I got so much love for the Quinn and even Paul Quinn football, because during that time, you know, I went there and walked on, didn't think much of it, was able to play 2 years. I statted, was able to get on, but so many of them guys, they went from, you know, being teammates to brothers at the same time. So we actually did play talent at Paul Quinn. We did play talent. Yeah.
I never knew that. I always heard about Paul Quinn, like having a football team and stuff like that. I know they're kind of known for their basketball team more.
Yes, shout out to the basketball squad as of late, because even before they recently, well, not recent, but a few years ago, Coach Espinoza, shout out to him, the Quinn, they won the NCCAA national championship, and before that, they had won a national championship years before, I believe. So the Quinn, they've definitely always had hoopers. During that time with football, you know, I think it was just something that they did try to do, because I think they restarted the program in 2000. And then probably, I want to say 2006, that was probably the last full year. And then, you know, football is just not the nicest word at Paul Quinn. But that's another conversation for another day, man. That's another conversation.
That's crazy. So, like, what position did you play?
I played center and guard in high school, but I played fullback when I got to college, though.
Okay. Now, you're not from Dallas, are you?
I'm from Killeen, Texas.
Close enough.
Yeah. It depends on who you ask, but yeah, Killeen, Texas. Grew up a military kid. Was born in Tacoma, Washington. Then after that, parents, we got stationed in Germany. Then after Germany, we came to Texas. Then, like when I wouldn't say I was super young when I got to Texas, but here, then we got to Killeen. Then after that, you know, grew up there, then went to college in Paul Quinn and came to Dallas and just didn't look back.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get into K104? Because when I was talking to Trey G and even other members of K104, the story is always kind of similar to each other, where you go fill out an application 1 month, and then you don't hear a call back from them until another 6 months or longer. All
right, so I'm going to try to give you the truncated story because it's a little bit long, but I never filled out an application like I did when it was time to get hired. Okay. But this is a time when people are interning. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to give you the short story, even though we do have time. So I was in college, and at that time, I was a communications major. Big shout out to Cheryl Smith, because I say with everything in my career, the foundation starts with her. Cheryl Smith, Roger B. Brown, and Mario White, and I'm going to bring each one of them up and how they play such an integral part in my career. Okay. So while I was going to Paul Quinn, I was a communications major. Right. And Cheryl Smith, you know, she was over the communications program, and with that, we're there with her all the time. And, of course, during this time, I'm playing football my freshman, sophomore year and everything, but we're doing all the communication stuff. So one of the things that we had to do before with service broadcast, before it was just K104 and KRNB, it was Soul 73 KKDA. That's where I really cut my teeth at and everything, learned, made mistakes, you know, got my production up, did all that over there. So she had an internship. So during that summer, I really took the risk of not going back to Killeen and staying up in Dallas. Right. I had a buddy, he was going to UTA, shout out to my guy Carvin, so I was crashing with him. So during the summer, I would during that summer session, I stayed up here, and then I just stayed in Dallas with him. You know, he let me crash at his crib to work at K104. So it started as an internship on Soul 73 KKDA with the Wolf. Yeah. So he would work like midnight to 5 and everything. And so like he would show us how to run the board, really what radio was at that time. So then when that summer was going, I was still trying to do the football thing and everything, but I wasn't totally invested. And at that time, I was really going on 24-hour routes in the sense of I would wake up, then I would go to class, or wake up, go do the football stuff, go to breakfast, go to class, then I would go to the station. So then at that point, I would also intern with Talking Sports with Roger B. Brown. Shout out to Roger B. Brown, longest running sports black talk radio talk show ever. That will probably never be broken in. 20 plus years, everything Roger B. was able to do. So while I went there, they said you need to go talk to Roger B. as well. So I would come during the day and I would intern with Roger B.'s show. Then I would come at night and intern with Wolf. So I'm getting like the double dose of learning things at that time. But I'm not being paid anything. But I don't care. I'm taking my little I'm taking my little Honda from Highland Hills to Grand Prairie, and this is when we're in GP at the time. And I'm just trying to get that learning and everything. And so at that time, I'm just interning, and I'm not gonna say their names, but there were certain people like, yo, you need to go home, you need to be here, this, that. But shout out to Roger B. Roger B was like, don't listen to them. As long as you're doing what I'm telling you to do that. Yeah. So of course I was on Roger B's show, I was producing. Then I would say I interned probably starting in June. Then September I got put on the payroll and everything like that. So that's how it really started with me getting my foot in the door. But even then, it was Soul 73 KKDA AM. The door wasn't just open to go to K104 versus how it is now. Yeah. Because the station now is K104 KRB. But you have so many people that cut their teeth working on Soul 73 KKDA, working with R.L. Griffin. Shout out to the Blues Palace. Shout out to Millie Jackson, legendary, the original hot girl. Yeah. All these things these young girls are doing now, Millie Jackson was already doing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Pay homage to the OG. Then, of course, with that, big shout out to the Willis Johnson Good Morning Show, Cindy B., Sir J. DeMella Fella, Sensational Harmonizers, Judge Mary Ellen Hicks. There were so many different shows in there that you're able to work and really just do all that. So you really had to cut your teeth there. And then we might think about putting you on the street team.
Dang.
Exactly. Because now it's a bit different. You can walk and get on the street team. But before,
you had to go through all those different stages.
Exactly. And that's if they liked you. But that's another conversation for another day, though.
And you said Sensational Harmonizers. That's a quartet group. I actually know them. Well, yes. The remaining ones, you know what I'm saying? At least, now if they all, I don't know if they're the people I know, I don't know if they're the original members of the group or not, but that was one of the groups that's kind of like in the quartet circle that I'm in.
Oh, yeah, because they used to have a morning show in the morning. Big shout out to Roger Boy King, K. Fully Love. Now you got me going down the road on those Sundays and everything. But, yeah, it was but that's how I got my start and got my foot really in the service broadcast. Then when Soul 73 KKDA AM, I really got my teeth, cut my teeth there. But when they sold, that's when my opportunity for K104 kind of came in a way, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you started on the street team first, didn't you?
No, I've never been a street teamer. And I say that respectfully.
Yeah.
I've never been a street teamer because I say, like, I wanted to be a street teamer so bad, but I think sometimes the Lord puts things in your life where it's just not for you. Yeah. I was thirsty to be a street teamer, but I guess it was just like, nah. So that time that I did want to be a street teamer, that's when, like, I would learn production. Yeah. So I would still be in the building. I would learn other different things. You know what I mean? Because it's like as much as I did want to be on the street team, it just wasn't happening. But me learning production and being around the building and, just sharpening my tools, that really gave me an opportunity to really extend my career in that way.
So when you finally did get in K104, what did you start doing?
What I would say really is kind of like one of those things where it's like you can say running the board or whatever, but I had a technical background in the sense that I knew how to do production too. So there may be commercials that I would upload and things of that nature. Because I feel that's one of the things about radio where it's like it's not just the mic part of the business.
It's
oh my gosh, it's the back of the house that really matters. And really that's how you can extend your career. That's why I tell any people that come into the business, come into 104 or whatever, it's cool to be talent, that's dope, but if you're able to do so many other things, that's going to elongate your career, even for whatever you're trying to do for yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So in regards to that, I was running the boards and things of that nature, because when I was on Talking Sports with Roger B. Brown, I was already doing sports. Right. You know what I mean? I was already credentialed. Roger B. would send me places. We had a segment called Dallas Cowboys Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we would always have a Dallas Cowboy on. We would go out to the Mavericks, things of that nature. So when there was no more AM, Chris Arnold, big shout out to CA, he was a sports director on K104. So really I was just kind of in limbo, but I still had my skill set of being a producer. So while I was waiting for the opportunity for sports, I was still doing producing spots and things for K104. Also ran the board for K104. You may not have seen me or noticed that was me on air, but those are things I was doing before the opportunity did come to be like, okay, we want you to do K104 sports. But while all that was going on, I was still doing my sports stuff. Now, granted, even though I have this content that y'all don't know that y'all need right now, but I'm going to be ready. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense, yes.
Yeah. Because when I first got to K104, you were, of course, you were doing sports, but you was with Cat Daddy a lot of times when I would see you.
Yeah, Beast of the Week. Yeah.
So and then I don't want to say the lady. I don't want to say the wrong name, but she was the older lady that she's a KNON, not KNON.
I'm not for sure.
she always be doing like the lunch over. I want to say Lynn Hayes.
Shout out Lynn Hayes. Well, she's on KRB right now.
KRB, my bad.
Yeah.
K on Lynn, that's in Grambling, my bad.
Okay.
I got the K's mixed up. But anyway, so she stopped me and Rob and she's like, hey, y'all should we like y'all voices, you know what I'm saying? Y'all should try to do PSAs or commercials and stuff like that. I'm like, what you want to do? Like, Rob was like, man, I'm here because you.
I know how Rob was.
Yeah, he like, I'm here because you here. You the one that needs to be talking. So I said, all right, whatever. She's like, I said, well, where do I go? So I'll go back to the studio and see Ron. I said, okay. Now I'm not thinking it's you. You can say go see Ron.
Yeah.
So I go back there, it's you.
Yeah.
I said, hey, they told me to come here and talk about doing a PSA or commercial. Like, all right, put the paper up. I said, you gonna be one recording? Yeah. So then I started thinking about it when we be in the truck or in the Sprinter. When we hear the commercials and PSAs, it's you talking. I'm like, oh snap! I ain't like, because at first I didn't put two and two together. Yeah. About that. So how did you get Beast of the Week?
So how Beast of the Week started? So Beast of the Week is really the little brother of the High School Holla. Big shout out to Bebe, because it started with us doing the High School Holla, and that's a funny story.
You did High School. You was doing High School Holla before.
Yes. High School Holla was High School Holla birthed the Beast of the Week.
Okay.
So can I tell the brief story about the High School Holla real quick?
You can tell as many
so,
stories
all
you
right,
want to.
So real quick. So the High School Holla in itself, it was an accidental air check, because big shout out to Breeze, David Carter. He's the lead producer for DD in the Morning, nationally syndicated morning show. He was like, say, man, we want to do something on Bebe Show. We want to do some sports, barbershop talk. And I'm like, all right. But at this point, this is kind of a little bit after the AM got sold, so I'm kind of in limbo. I'm a little worried. I'm a little shooketh. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, hey, come in. I know the energy you bring, because shout out to Breeze, David Carter. He was someone that was on AM for a long time, too. Yeah. So we've worked together, so he seen me and whatever. So anyway, we go into the studio. We're like, hey, what are we going to do? So we're like, hey, it's high school football season. High school sports always runs great. So we ran the High School Holla. While we're running the High School Holla, big shout out to Gary Saunders. I see him outside the door, and I'm like, man, my radio career over. Because it was a different time. You weren't able to be in the studio. Yeah. Like it used to be heated. I wouldn't say heated, but you had to be careful being in the studio like that, especially recording or doing something that we haven't ran by anybody. So anyway, we run the first High School Holla ever. So I see Gary Saunders out the window, white Gary, and I'm like, oh man, my career's over. It's a wrap. So he busted in the door, and he's like, what's that called? What's that called? And Breeze was like, the High School Holla. And he was like, what's today? What is today? I'm like, it's Thursday. Then he was like, what's the time? Then Bebe was like, it's 4:42. The High School Holla every Thursday at this time. Book it. And big shout out to Breeze. He saw it coming. So that's how the High School Holla came. So Cat Daddy, he heard it, what we were doing. And he was like, man, I need to find a way to implicate that, on my show. So then I got a call, and they're like, hey, Cat, he want to sit down with you to talk about, doing something on air. So that's how I turned into the Beast of the Week. And the Beast of the Week, it just started rolling real quickly. And I think so much so it was great because it's a communal thing. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, the DFW Metroplex is going to have so many different talented stars, high school athletes, and things of that nature. But there's kids everywhere through the Metroplex, so let's try to show them love. And then along with that, we're able to get the Beast of the Week going, Beast of the Week watch list that I'm dropping now. And big shout out to Amy Witherite, 1-800-TRUCK-WRECK. They were able to jump on and give $1,000 to offensive and defensive players. And thank you so much to State Senator Royce West, because he was the first K104 Beast of the Week sponsor, him and his son. Thank you so much to them. So big shout out to Cat, big shout out to Bebe for just giving me that opportunity and just really being able to bless the mic with them. And I think people like it. So it's pretty cool. Yeah,
because Trey G always doing an impression of you, Mr. High School Holla. And I said, bro, everybody doing an impression of that does the exact same voice. Like nobody does a different voice. They don't make it no deeper, no higher. It's right there in the middle each time. I could even when I was at the station, people they see like, hey, Ron, come though. So Mika probably be like, man,
shout out Mika.
Mr. High School Holla. I'm like, bro, I said, is that the voice everybody's gonna do with this, bro? That's funny. So Beast, So it all really pretty much started just by accident, really.
Yeah, because like I said, and really it all worked out because when I was on the AM side with Roger B, I was already doing the sports stuff, so I was ready. It wasn't like I was just kicking it and things of that nature. And plus, I was aware of what's going on because, of course, I started with doing the Cowboys, doing the Mavericks, and things of that nature. But with Roger B, he was always aware of high school sports, and I was his producer, so I had to get that information. And even more so, big shout out to Roger B. He was always an advocate of the black quarterback. Right. You know what I mean? So, of course, with us being in Dallas, it's a lot of places that are inner city areas. We're gonna show love to all the athletes. Everywhere.
I like that. I like how y'all do. What I'm saying? Y'all don't just do Oak Cliff, just Oak Cliff schools. Y'all literally go out and venture off and get people. Because I like, growing up on our side of town, what I'm saying? You knew about schools out there in Allen, Richardson, stuff
and y'all off 520, best Southwest.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We know, especially once we moved up in district, you're saying we started playing some of these schools.
Right.
Now we ain't playing like no Allen schools like that now. Lancaster just moved to 6A. So we're playing
District of Doom. Yeah,
we playing like North Crowley and schools like Den Geyer and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was easy when I was saying we was 5A. We beat up on Mesquite Poteet and all the Mesquite schools and all the DISD schools.
6A is a fight. Big shout out to Coach Paul. They doing it over at Weibo.
It is a very big fight. Last year was like, I was like, dog, bro, can we get some look? My biggest thing was like, we can't beat the team and the doggone refs, bro. That was my whole fight.
Don't be like that.
Like, can we please get some love from the refs, bro? Like AD, like, man, we don't get no love from the refs right now, man. We knew in this division, man. We got earn our respect.
Yeah.
I was like, so I'm like, nah, bro, we can't get no love though. Like, that's clearly a flag, ref. Like, can we get that?
Hey, y'all get y'all love in basketball and track season though.
Shout out to Coach Doug.
Hey, shout out Coach Doug. Yeah.
Speaking of that, Coach Doug, man, Rob, every time, when we first got to high school, they were like, yeah, man, Snoop Dogg come down the hall. I'm like, who's Snoop Dogg? We look up, it's Coach Doug. Like, what y'all call? Why y'all call him Snoop Dogg? He's like, just go look at him, talk to him.
Yeah.
So I go look. Went in the room. Like, what's up, Coach Doug? He started talking. I said, this nigga do kind of sound like Snoop Dogg, man.
Oh, that's funny. Shout out Coach Doug.
All right, so you was a K104 when y'all was in the house.
Yes.
Now, I've never been to the house before. I've always going to the fair. You drove past it a little bit. I'm saying, kind of going to the fair or whatever. But I've never been inside the actual studio of the house. So, what's one of your favorite memories of being in the house?
I think one of my favorite memories. Oh man, that's a good question. I think one of my favorite memories in the house is kind of like, this is gonna sound crazy, but I think some of my favorite memories in the house is when you're working to something, but you don't know what it is just yet. Mm-hmm. Like, cause there are times I would come in on off days. There are times that I would stay late, and you're hoping that it turns into something, and I'm happy that it did. You know what I mean? So I would say that from a personal standpoint. But on the other side of it, I really enjoyed a lot of the festivities and things we would do together. Because sometimes I think in this business, and it's not just radio, in a lot of different businesses, it's a caste system that can really separate people. But of course, if you earned whatever you deserve to be earned, you should be placed on that pedestal, you know what I mean? But sometimes it can get separated to where people are treated a certain way or people feel things when we should all be growing together just to try to maximize as much as we can. So I definitely appreciated like some of the holiday parties that went down. I do miss the AM, Soul 73, KKDA, Rhythm, Blues, Gospel, and News. And it was just, it to me, it was just, that's, I don't want to use the word soul. I'm not trying to use that all the time, but it just seemed like people were always there. Yeah. There's no telling who you'll run into. And it was just a very good time during that, just to see so many of those people. Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of that, so how would you say radio has changed from when you first started dealing with the AM up until now?
I would say radio has changed because I would say almost 3 different eras. Because when I started, that's the back end of the analog. That's the carts and stuff like that. I'm glad I had no part of that. So I was already on the digital part of it at this time, but people still using CDs. Yeah. MP3s are becoming a thing, and this is before streaming. So then at this point, we go from that to now almost things are pretty much just straight line streamed. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like 3 different eras, like where like CDs are almost, what? What are those? Yeah. So being able to see all those things, and even more so how the artistry changes too. Yeah. To where you don't see these big old press kits that people bring around. It's just like, nope, people don't even bring jump drives no more. It's just artist driven. The artist press a button, it's getting uploaded right now. So I think radio as a whole, it's really changed from and this is just all radio. People aren't tuning in to hear the music.
Yeah.
No one's controlling that. Like, they are, the artists are,
Yeah.
which is dope. You get what I'm saying? But what am I doing to make you come to the radio to listen to me now?
Yeah.
So I feel the radio now is putting even more pressure on people that are talented and things of that nature. And even if you're just giving away tickets and stuff all the time, people not trying to hear that all the time.
Yeah.
People want to hear you. People want to see the personality. People want to feel you outside talking clear business. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm so out and about, because to me, that's part of radio now. Unless you're just someone that could sit inside of a studio all day and not go everywhere. But now radio's become so much communal, so I try to be out and about.
People can say, oh, well, we already knew Steve Harvey, so he doesn't have to be out in the community like that if he don't want to. Or even like a Ricky Smiley, like, you know what I'm saying? We seen it. But even when Ricky Smiley first came to Dallas and was doing radio, he used to do a lot of school events. Because he came to Lancaster like maybe 1 or 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in school, he brought him, Juicy, and Head Crack.
Yeah.
I think that might have been it. But yeah. Mm-hmm. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, or even Tom Joyner. Mm-hmm. Can't forget about the go to radio.
Shout out Tom Joyner, yes.
Yeah. So, you know, with people like them, you know what I'm saying? They did a lot of community events, especially with Tom Joyner, where his show would be live, or he'll do a cruise and be live from the cruise, right, or he'll go to a certain HBCU and go live from there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really wish the radio could get back to that kind of point to where they go do these live shows at different places, or like, you know, people can be more involved with them.
Right.
Because, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have like, I think, you know what I'm saying, or at least for me, you gotta have like that niche to really have people to come listen in, because a lot of people are, they playing the same song on there.
Correct. Like, you have to be a reason that people tune in. Yeah. Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying, Ricky Smiley, when he was doing the prank calls on there, that's the reason why I need to get on there. Or when Tom Joyner would come on there and he got J. Anthony Brown and the other 2 women on there, just the fact that hearing them 3 go at it was just the biggest thing for you. Or with Steve Harvey, when he had the Strawberry Letter, or he got Nephew Tommy doing the prank calls, or him and Nephew Tommy going at it back and forth, period. Like those are just the memories I always had of listening to radio. K104, when they played the I Love School in the morning time. That was, you know what I'm saying, riding to school with my granny, you know, getting dropped off at in Highland Hills, like, hey man, you know, you might well go and wake up. You ain't
Where'd you go? Jane Irvin? You went to Jane Irvin?
Nah, my school got closed down. I was at Bishop Heights.
Okay, I used to volunteer at Jane Irvin in college. Shout out Jane Irvin.
Yeah, my two schools I was at, Bishop Heights and after Mesa, they got closed down.
Okay,
you know that's how all the Highland Hill schools, all the Highland Hill kids got moved out to other schools.
Okay, learn something new every day.
Yeah, that's how I ended up in Lancaster.
Yeah,
because after I left Bishop Heights, I was supposed to be at Mesa with my brother, but they're like, all right, well, after this year, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna give them maybe 1 or 2 years, then, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go and close all this down.
Yeah,
I, matter of fact, rode through that not too long ago. Just grass out there now. It's just like, nigga, we used to play out here, bro. Playground used to be here, man. Jungle gym.
Yeah.
All right, so with football season getting starting back up now, you know what I'm saying, you got Pee Wee football starting up, you got college football, you got NFL starting back up. You know what I'm saying? My bad. I forgot to introduce the segment. We're in a random thought of the day.
Random thought of the day.
So with that, you know what I'm saying, you got all these, got the football sports, starting back up, man. I was just sitting there thinking, like, man, you know, we always hear like the bad part about Pee Wee football, especially at, you know what I'm saying, or in high school, you know what I'm saying, you got all the parents be like, oh, my baby deserves more playing time, my child deserves this, my child deserves that. I'm like, man, parents kind of ruin sports for people. So my random thought was, why do parents feel the need to try to relive their glory days through the child, man?
Because humans always want something they can't have or didn't achieve.
Yeah.
And that was off the dome. That you just yes. Because I've been thinking that too, because at the end of the day, because I coach youth track for a second. I coached like 2 years. And I think the biggest thing I saw from that is some parents are just unable to let their kids go and be taught by other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can get it if there's an expertise you have and you might be worried. But if I didn't run track, I didn't do hurdles or anything, but I know you do, I think I'm going to let my child listen to you before I go and try to coach my child in a way that's not going to help them. And I think a lot of times it's just something that they feel that they didn't obtain, something they couldn't get to. And really sometimes the answer is in the mirror. Like one coach told me this, and I'm just going to repeat it, because a lot of times these parents will say to these coaches, why isn't my kid D1? Why isn't my kid D1?
Yeah.
Were you D1?
What even sweat?
Was mom or dad D1?
Yeah.
So then it's hard for them to answer those questions versus little Todd over here. He can't play dead, but you think little Todd's supposed to be all world. And I think there's a level of delusion that people just can't control too. It's just
because I be seeing videos on TikTok of parents like in real deal fist fights.
Yes,
with the coaches, like
disgusting.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when my brother, my older brother, he used to play for Little Tigers in Lancaster.
Okay,
and like you would hear like the dads on the sideline because for whatever reason my mom, or when we played for the Oak Cliff I can say Redskins.
Oak Cliff Redskins.
I was like, I know people get in trouble for saying that, for saying Redskins now. You know, they had changed Washington's whole name for that.
They did.
Anyway, so but even with those two teams he played for, just being on the sideline because my mom wouldn't let me play. I'm like, I try. You know, I was the band kid, musical kid, so be on the sideline listening. Dads be out there. Man, that nigga can't coach, man. I can do a better job than my son. My son supposed to be playing quarterback. I be looking like, which one your son? Now, finally, you know what I'm saying? You see him, walking back to the car and stuff after practice. Mm-hmm. And like, this nigga is fat. Like this, he's fat and slow.
Delusional, man.
Like he's fat and slow. Like that's not quarterback. Now, shout out to Bruce Eugene, one of Graham's.
Hey, shout out Bruce Eugene, one of the legends.
Like you know, even though he was a big dude, but he could throw, like, and he was fast for him to be a big dude. But you know, I be looking at them kids. I'm like, I know I'm slow and kind of chunky. Ain't no way he gonna outrun me or outthrow me. And big shout out to my big brother because you know, growing up in apartments, you know what I'm saying, when they used to play, just run routes or play throw up tackle or
y'all was playing hood to hood on the apartments. Y'all was going different complex and getting it rocking.
Oh, of course not. My mom didn't play.
Oh, you said of course.
Of course not. My mom didn't play that, man.
So y'all wasn't playing other complexes?
No, because it really wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot of kids in in apartments like that. And then, you know what I'm saying, if anything, you know what I'm saying, where I grew up at in Lancaster apartments, we were, you know, us and the other apartments across the street, we teamed up together. We all good, you know what I'm saying? So, but to answer that, we would sometimes be in the back playing, in grass playing football. But my big brother, one thing he did teach me how to do, he taught me how to throw a football. And my cousins, we stole their football from them. And they used to have this big giant fat football for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. So it like we grab it here, you know, you can throw it like that. So it like, you know what I'm saying, just him playing football like that. Now I could probably play quarterback, you know what I'm saying. And my dad probably been on the sideline like, yeah, man, that's my little nigga right there. Mm-hmm. But I be seeing a lot of these parents, and a lot of times now it's the mamas that be going crazy out there.
Oh, like, the mamas are stronger football fans than the dads, because with the mamas, good, bad, indifferent, the mama gonna show up. The dad only gonna make noise if the boy doing good. Because I've been to a lot of places where, you know, I want to get the parents on, especially the dads. The dads don't get a lot of credit, so I'll be like, hey, you know, you want to talk about little Fred? Oh, you know, he got 2 turnovers already. I don't know, you know. I'll be like, man, we can talk about his grades or what he's doing. Nah, hey, you go to mama, it doesn't matter if baby done threw 2 interceptions, then gave up sacks. Mama's going to find something to say. But, yes, mamas definitely have the fire when it comes to those things.
Because saying that, my mama was like that too. Okay. My brother used to be out there. One time he twisted his ankle. Yeah. And he was still trying to play. My mom was like, well, just let him try. Let him try. He can do a little something. Yeah. And his dad was there. He was like, well, man, if he hurt, let him come on out. Like, shut up. You know, I know. I'm with him every day. He ain't hurt that bad. And
football mamas.
I was sitting there looking at this nigga. I'm like, that nigga hurt. I like, y'all don't be in the room with him. That nigga hurt. That nigga limping to try to even get in there. And he play cornerback. I'm like, bro, this nigga's finna get ran over and they gonna step on his ankle even more.
Get him out of there, mom.
He's like, my granny was a big football fan. She's that. Had the Oakland Redskins shirts. Yeah. She had a tent. She had a jug full of rocks in there. Yeah. She's about there going crazy. Then my cousin, he always got kicked out almost every game. He would get kicked out for fighting.
Was he in the game or was he watching the game?
No, he was in the game. He was a starter. He was a starter. But they know by third quarter, that nigga's out the game. Like, he's not coming back.
So he gonna give you a good 3 quarters.
His brother used to be one of the assistant coaches, his older brother. Yeah. Now, his older brother ain't that far from him, but so he was like a junior coach. Yeah. If he can keep him calm enough, he can give you 3 quarters.
But he gonna lose it though eventually.
If he can give you 3, if my cousin Derek can keep my cousin Chris calm for long enough, yeah, I'm dropping y'all niggas' names. If he can keep Chris cool long enough, you might get 3 quarters out of him. His goal is to get put out in second. If he get 2 touchdowns, he ready to go.
Hey, he made sure to make the most of his time.
And shout out to my cousin Chris. He actually was on the state championship team, basketball team at Carter when they won.
Okay,
shout
out to Carter. Okay, that's what's up.
I think now I ain't graduated from Carter, so I'm guessing this one. I think he still holds the record for most rebounds and assists in the game in the season.
Okay.
So I think he still got that. So I want to make sure that nigga know I'm showing you some love, man. That nigga's terrorizing his kids, man. So, do you have any siblings? Speaking of that, do you have any siblings like that play sports like you?
Nah, I just have steps. I don't have any siblings by blood. I just have siblings.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
But my granddad would say, saying we ain't no such thing as half brothers or step brothers.
I just got step brothers and sisters. But I used to go to the youth center a lot growing up. So that's what I would do. The military bases, they would have youth centers there. So like Saturdays when my mom was off work, then when my mom met my stepdad, his kids went to the youth center too, so it was easy. So that's where I would play a lot with other kids and things of that nature and stuff.
So with sports, like what I'm saying, I know a lot of people that play sports. They always had like this favorite coach or this favorite favorite teammate that they had. Who was your favorite coach?
Like in my life, or like professional.
You can say either high school or high school or college.
Oh, like I can tell you my favorite high school and college coaches. I would say, let me start with college. Definitely honored to be coached by the legendary, Archie Cooley Jr., the gunslinger. He coached Jerry Rice, innovative offensively. So he was the head coach at Paul Quinn, the final years of Paul Quinn football. So that definitely was an honor. Definitely have to give a shout out to Coach Carson too. That dude was, man. I'm gonna say this so I can hold myself accountable. If I write a Paul Quinn football movie, it'll be amazing. Y'all will love Coach Carson, but he was definitely a colorful guy. So I would say definitely those two. High school, I would say big shout out to Coach Ramon. I would definitely give him so much credit because I would say he instilled that confidence in me. Because at the end of the day, when I tell people I played center and guard, they're like, "What?" But it's like we played real football up there. And I played center and guard. Like I'm probably like a chop block expert, and there aren't people that would argue against that. You know what I mean? So
I kind of see that in my mind because maybe in high school you was a little more stockier.
Bro, I was 170 in high school, man. Like I was 170 in high school. Well, I would say this: I was 170 for football. Wrestling, I was 158. So I wrestled at 158. Football was 170, and I played center and guard at that time, but. Yeah, sometimes I think it was probably a joke that went too far, and they're like, he can kind of play a little bit. Let's keep him there.
Just the fact that you can handle yourself.
Exactly.
Like, hey, go ahead.
He's all right. Hey, got to start my JV year, so that was kind of cool. So I would say big shout out to Coach Ramon, and also a big shout out to Coach Cooley and Coach Carson. But there's a lot of other coaches too. But yeah, shout out to them.
That's crazy because I will always, me being a big dude, and like I said, I'm the band dude. Yeah. So me walking through the hallways. The one thing I will always hate to hear is, "Coach, big man."
Hey, you getting recruited? You getting recruited?
Come talk to me real quick, big man. I'm like, bro, yes sir.
I can't tell you how many tuba players I know that have been snatched out of the band for the football. Hey, tuba players, you a defensive tackle that's waiting for your life to get changed. I promise you. I've offensive linemen too. Hey, tuba players get their life changed when they get on the football field.
It's crazy. We had one football player that we took from the football team and put him on tuba.
How'd that work?
Well, he got hurt.
Man, you ain't playing.
Nah,
Pull on up.
Well, we had something like that too, but this particular one, he got hurt. Yeah. And he was like, Mr. AD was like, "Hey man, what I'm saying, you hurt, man. You might book come on."
Reverse. I didn't know the band was getting down like this.
AD gonna go get the band keys.
Shout out AD, man.
If he want it, he gonna go get them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Big. I'm talking about Big One. That's the one I'm talking about. He always laugh at One. I'm like, man, I started you from nothing, boy. He be in there with his cast on his foot playing the tuba.
That's low key hazing right there. Y'all gotta be careful.
Likes the band that's not hazing organization. But man, it's crazy because like even now as an adult, I still hear the same thing. Big man, what position you play? Percussion. They're like, huh? Percussion. Like you gotta be a DN, man. You gotta be this.
You play safety, right?
Percussion. Like what? I play drums, sorry.
But people in the band are proud, though. I will say that people in the band are proud. But I think it depends on where you're from, too. You know what I mean? Because
if you're from the South, you get more respect. If you're up north, they gonna kind of look at you a little different. Like, look what you play. I'm in the band. Play flute or something? Like, come on, bro.
You play the flute or something. Respect to the flute players. Hey, I don't want no problem. I don't want no problem with the band community, man.
Man, you know, the band community is always in some type of weird shambles, bro. Man. Like I'm gonna have a show at the State Fair Classic called World Fame Meltdown. I talk about all the different meltdowns that the Grambling band goes through. Cause you know what I'm saying, we got this whole little thing.
You went to Grambling, right?
Yes, proud.
Okay, because I'm like, I just had to make sure, because I'm like, man, you talking wild right now about Graham fan. Okay,
graduate.
So you can talk like that. I'm gonna mind my business.
You know, I'm like a 4th, 5th generation Grambling grad, man.
Yeah.
My grandmama went to Grambling. My uncle went to Grambling. My mom went to Grambling. My sister, me. You know what I'm saying? That's just where we was at. Now I almost ended up at PV. Your
family from Louisiana, or y'all are from Dallas, or?
My family originates from Grambling.
Okay.
From not a Grambling, but from Louisiana.
Gotcha. Okay, understood.
From a small town of Jonesboro and St. Rest, Louisiana.
Okay, that's what's up.
Where when you ride down there, I hope you have headlights. 1, both of them. That's 1. And then 2, I hope you know where you're going, because when it get dark, it's dark.
Do I need after 5 p.m. Don't head that way, or I need to be heading home?
5 o'clock you need to be heading towards out of St. Rest.
Say less.
Or out of Jonesboro. Ain't no street lights, and there's deers and there's trucks coming. Anytime I've been going there my whole life, but I can't tell you how to get there by myself.
Is this where they shot sinners at?
No, they might have. Yeah, they might have. It's plenty of dirt, plenty of open fields. It's a plantation house out there on the way there. What else out there? Cows. Did I say cows? There's a lot of cows out there.
Yeah, shout out
and
to
it's
the
real
cows,
quiet until them cicadas start.
You hearing them all night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And occasional. Sometimes you might hear the bullfrogs over the cicadas.
Yeah.
And there's a random cat in your yard too. I don't know where he come from, but he out there.
Shout out to that cat.
Then, matter of fact, recently they seen bears out there.
Oh man.
I don't know where the hell they getting bears in Louisiana from, but
nah, there's bears in like, I would say northeast Louisiana. Like
that's where we at.
Yeah, because I've seen the bear sign. Like
I've never seen.
Yeah,
a bear.
off I-20. Like shout out to the homies from Tallulah. I went to college with a few of those guys. Shout out to Tallulah.
Shout out to my boys from Tallulah, man.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people from Tallulah in the band too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mississippi. Tallulah, really Mississippi. No problem. I don't want no smoke.
It's really Vicksburg, but hey.
I said the same thing. I said this. Tallulah folks want no smoke. Got great homies from Tallulah. Shout out to my dog Boosie. But yes, they get the Vicksburg paper.
Yeah, technically, you know what I'm saying? It's a group, a quartet group from Tallulah, but they always say on where they from, they introduce them like, oh yeah, from Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Now look, I'm like, them niggas from Tallulah, man.
Oh, they'll try to say they from Monroe too. And I'm like, it ain't that
y'all not close enough to Monroe to say y'all from Monroe. There's a good 30, 45 minute drive to get there.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. About a good 30 minutes, depending on which way you're going. Because, Tallulah, you can either go through where the truck stops is and get through there, or for some odd reason, they got like a back way. I don't know it, but you can cut through like the field, tater field, what they call it.
Yeah.
And get all the way around. I don't know. It's country out there. Country and real rough. Them, you know how you say, niggas in South Dallas real niggas? Well, yeah. Them niggas in Tallulah real niggas. them niggas rough.
Hey, man, shout out to the compress and the fairgrounds, man.
Yeah, man. So, we're almost to State Fair Classic time, man. Yeah. So, I know you're not you know what I'm saying, you ain't went to Grambling, you didn't go to PV, but who you got this year? Because I ain't gonna say I check Trey G about it, but he always root PV, and I'm like, but he'll throw PV underneath the bus.
What Prairie View had an epic win last year. What, 3 overtimes?
3 overtime win.
They put on a show last year.
I really feel like they let them win.
3 overtimes is letting someone win.
Well, I mean, after 3rd overtime, we don't need to go into the 4th.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, and shout out to my Prairie View people too. Graham fam can't act like that. I expect what you're saying from Prairie View people, because Prairie View produces, purposeful people, prideful people. They gonna get me for that. But there's an air about them, bro. Don't be like the Prairie View folks, man. If y'all caught the L,
man. It
was a classic game.
I don't get mad. I don't get mad when PV wins, for the simple fact of after they beat Grambling, they lose the rest of the season. So in my mind, I'm like, you might as well let us win to try to see what you can do.
So let me ask you this, like I've asked someone else. So for Grambling, Prairie View is the direct rival. Because I know for some Prairie View people, it's Texas Southern.
Yeah.
So what is Grambling's direct rival?
Southern.
Correct. Yes.
Because we the two.
Exactly. Yes,
we the
yes,
two.
yes.
Only school.
My bad
HBCUs
about that.
In Louisiana.
Yeah, my bad. My mind totally went somewhere about that. I just put so much about the State Fair Classic. My bad about that.
Yeah. Texas. PV is Texas Southern's rival.
Yeah. Correct.
And then us and Southern are rivals.
Yeah.
But they kind of like Southern. Low-key got a rival with everybody. They other big rival is Jackson State.
I know Prairie View guys that for some reason they got beef with Southern too. I don't know what it is.
But it depends on what era you're talking about. Because from the 90s, it could be the reason they had a big band fight back in the day.
Because I know Southern was rolling too. Like they were winning a lot in the 90s, were they? Or I'm trying to remember.
Well, I'm gonna say yeah. Because AD always tells stories about how when he was in Grambling, he never won a body classic. Like they whooped them every year.
That's tough.
But I think the reason why Southern and PV has a big rivalry with them is because back in the 90s they got a big band fight.
Oh, did not know that.
PV was coming out the field and Southern was getting ready to come on the field.
Yeah.
Now the simple thing they could have did was Southern backs up, let PV get out the field and exit the field like that. Well, in the band world, you know what I'm saying, you don't break each other, break another rank in the band of another band. Just like on drum line, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't play on another person's drum. Well, you don't walk through.
I didn't think that was a real thing until that's crazy.
Yeah, like you don't walk through there. When you see the band coming, you stop.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? We had a couple of incidents in Grambling where, you know what I'm saying, niggas thought they could walk through the drum line or the tubas.
Somebody played on your drum pad?
No. I
was sure? No,
I was ahead. They was on the bass. They was trying to walk to the bass drum.
Okay, just making sure.
You know what I'm saying? But they still got through out from where they was.
So let me ask you this, from a drumline real situation. If that happened, and let's say it's State Fair Classic, we know how both teams come out. If someone starts playing on your drum pad,
it's gonna be a fight.
Why is it a fight? You can't take the challenge?
Why you calling it a drum pad?
You know what I'm saying? You know, I was in percussion a little bit in 6th grade. My bad. That's why I said drum pad. So we were both in the band at one point in time.
But yeah,
so you're not taking the challenge right there?
That's not taking the challenge. That's a sign of disrespect. That's like somebody yanking on your helmet, like yanking your face mask. So you're not the playoff.
So you're not playing back.
Well, if they in the middle of cadence, you know what I'm saying? Nah, because it's their time to play. But the fact that you that close to me is a problem. It's a problem. Then you close enough to play on my drum is another problem.
So it wouldn't even get to that point.
Now, they because of those reasons right there.
No, but what happened on drumline wouldn't happen in real time though.
It has happened in real time. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, got you.
That's why I'm saying now they see the bands, because you would think, the bands are peaceful people. No, those are all the fools, the kids in the back of the classroom that's acting up and that's loud and, you know what I'm saying, can't stop beating on stuff, or the ones that class clowns are acting out.
I would say band people definitely get a low-key approach to more than who they actually are. Like, it's like sometimes band people are turned.
Yeah, like that whole rivalry of us going at it with each other, that turns, that's our football moment. You know what I'm saying? That to be able to get close enough to talk trash to back and forth to each other. Yeah. Low key turning serious.
I like the 5th quarter too. Like, that's one thing I always enjoy about the State Fair Classic. How like after the game they always play back and forth. Because I feel bad whoever got a concert that like on the outside after.
Ain't nobody out there.
Nobody's leaving, and it's just like, what are they gonna play? Okay, I love
it's
that
crazy.
part.
I didn't know nothing about the 5th quarter until I actually started going to actual games for real. Cause my mom and them, they were like, oh man, we finna go before the game even over with.
Right.
So I've never seen the 5th quarter until, I want to say maybe middle school or middle school when I started marching with the high school.
Okay.
And that's when I was able to actually start seeing 5th quarters and stuff like that. Cause I was like, bro, this is different. I was like, y'all do this, and crazy. I would see the band battles on YouTube, but you thinking, oh, these bands going at it with each other. I always watch the drumline battles. Now I knew they did that, but I never knew the bands would go back and forth with each other at first.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. We be turned up to do the 5th quarters, but a lot of times, man, we be ready to go.
But that's showtime for y'all though. That's
the time of shine. But like
ready to go.
after like 4 songs, we like, all right, hey, bro, we ready to go, man. We hungry. One,
all right.
tired.
Let me ask you this too, because you've played in State Fair Classics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is it on purpose that some of y'all be coming in late after kickoff sometime, like the band still be trailing in? Because it seemed like the game be done started. The team or the band still coming in.
I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say it's yes and no. But all the reason why I'm gonna say is no is because the doggone security outside is holding us up.
Okay.
It's literally holding us up. Or, you know what I'm saying, whoever the visiting band is, that's normally who's supposed to march in first.
Because I can understand why, unless you have a lot of security, why both teams can't come in. But it's like, it seems like it's enough time. All right, whoever's home, whoever's away. But it seems like, and you'll still hear the band playing during everything while they're coming in. Yeah.
Like the security. I remember one year, Grandma's, we got out the bus and we stood at Parade Rest for like, I want to say at least about 10 minutes. Well, I ain't gonna say 10 minutes. Grandma can't stay still that long. But we was at Parade Rest for like 5 minutes, and it caught us to attention. Like, oh, y'all just hold on for a second. We trying to see what they trying to do. So I'm in the front because I play cymbals in the band. So I'm like, what we doing, bro? Like, why we just standing here?
Yeah.
So then PV is on the side of us. They bust like we right here and here. But you know what I'm saying? I also say there is no beef between Grambling and PV band. At least when I was in the band, we was all kind of cool because we all was either from Dallas or, you know what I'm saying, from some part of Texas. So we all knew, right. Or, you know, we were fratting us all around, whatever it was. So, you know what I'm saying, we could stand at each other and not get into no fight or no argument. Now, you put us next to Southern, yeah, well, I'm going to say something to them. I don't know about the niggas next to me. I'm going to say something.
Don't take much, huh?
I'm a lot calmer now than I was then, man. I'm the one, I'm gonna get the party started. I'm gonna get it cracked up. My partner Cam, shout out Cam, man. He gonna be right along with me.
Yeah,
he gonna get it started. He gets stuff started so hot. They be like, all right, Cam, you gotta shut up, man. It's 50 of them.
It's up,
and it's 20 of us.
Yeah,
we can only handle so much. Like the time we almost got into a fight at Jackson.
Oh man,
but it wasn't because of the band. It was because of the fans. Them fans in Jackson are the wildest fans I've ever met, bro.
The wildest.
The wildest. I've never been in a more hostile environment than a Jackson State game.
Were you in fear?
A little bit. Because this is why, because 2013, bro, and I know I don't got away from the doggone State Fair class. I'll go back to it. But 2013, my freshman year in Grambling, the football team boycotted, so we didn't go.
I remember that year. That was
Jackson State's homecoming.
Yes. So because they played like a scrimmage for that game, right? Or had the
football team wasn't going, so the football team wasn't going. We ain't going.
Hey, they did take a stand though.
They did.
They took a stand for what they believed in. Salute to them.
Did. I agreed with them until the next year. Because 2014 when we go there, we gotta go there for like the next 4 years.
Right? Because I remember. Yep.
We gotta go there for the next 4 years. So the first time we come in there. No, the band got to go up the ramp. The football team can stay on the field. They don't have to deal with this. So Jackson State, they had these pom-poms, and like when you come up the stands, you got to face them niggas. And they drunk and they wild, and there's so many of them, man. They all country, and it's so many, bro. And it's just like, you like, bro, I don't really know what to do. And they making fun of you because, you know, Grandma wear the white shoes. So they making fun of you like, look at him with the white shoes, man. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his white shoes. His white shoes ain't cleaner than his white shoes. Like, they making fun of you coming up the stands.
Yeah.
And so we coming up after halftime. I'm like, bro, it got to be an easier way of coming up this doggone stairs, bro.
You shook.
Man, it's like, because.
You shook, huh?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So this dude jumps in front of the band. Like I told you, you're not supposed to jump in front of the band when we in rank. So the band director tells us, shout out to Mike Hendricks, man. Maceo band director, legend, man. You know, Sappho Cliff legend too.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike Hendricks. So he tells us before we go up there, like, hey, whatever they say or do, don't react to it because it's going to be more them than it is us. Now, we've been to stadiums where, like, you know, they tell us that, but, you know, we ain't really sweating it.
Yeah.
He's not lying this time. So when we get in there, we see, we got to march to this little tunnel thing. Well, I ain't going to say tunnel, but like little gate area.
Yeah.
And we got to go up this ramp. And we the closer you get, you thinking, like, it's not that many people. But the closer you get, the more people shows up. And it's people that's coming down from the top to get next to us.
Oh, wow.
So we like, yo, man. So so we come back from halftime, like, dude jump in front of us, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, hey, man, excuse me. I say, excuse me, man. He like, man, cuz don't know where he at, man. Cuz must don't know where he at. Now, he said this. The Qs are right here. A group of niggas right here. A group of people right here.
Yeah.
Now, the Qs are cool. They like, man, chill out, man. We don't know who he is, man. He ain't one of the brothers. He ain't with us.
Shout out to the dog team.
He like, man, he ain't one of us. So I'm like, all right, well, at least we got the Qs on our side. If anything was to happen, at least we got them on our side a little bit.
I think at least.
At least they cool. But the other two sides I've said are not with them, and they are not cool. So I'm like, man, they're like, yeah, man, yeah. I said, man, I'm gonna get mine. Because I'm keeping in mind what Mr. Hinch done said, bro. He done said, if you get into it, I can't come help you. And he said, I'm not coming to help you. He done told her, like, I'm not coming, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, like.
I'm glad you survived this, bro.
Like, does a football team ever had these moments?
Oh man, I can tell you some stories. So I remember when we were playing at Paul Quinn, right? So I don't know if I should tell this story, but everybody involved is fine. Like I said, I got to write a movie. So it was a moment when we went and played Arkansas Pine Bluff. So we went and played Arkansas Pine Bluff, and it was kind of tricky.
Y'all in Pine Bluff?
Yeah, we in Pine Bluff. So we're out there, and big shout out to Coach Cooley. You know, he kind of has a sordid history with Pine Bluff. It isn't the best out there for him. Even like you have a lot of upset Pine Bluff people out there. But you know, we came up there and played and everything, and that was some of the wildest stuff I've ever seen. So we were in one game, and the cornerback was just cussing. He was just cussing right in front of the ref. Like directly at our coaches. Like players aren't supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So where it's just like, all right, trash talk between players, but he's dog cussing the coaches, but they don't do anything. So anyway, the game's ratcheting up a little bit. It's heated. And so, man, big shout out to my guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but man, shout out to him. So we were on the sideline, and the game, we probably, if this makes sense, we lost by a respectful 20.
Y'all lost to Pine Bluff?
Bruh, we're NAIA school. They were NCAA, you know, D1 AA or whatever. But we did lose to Pine Bluff. We did. They broke the contract on us though. No, they broke the contract on us. They didn't want us back. They broke the contract. So anyway, one of their players get an interception, and the guy next to me just blasted the guy that was running with the ball. And I'm like, this is nuts. It went crazy. And, like, it was kind of wild to me because I'm like, man, this is college. He just hit this dude on the sideline. And, you know, it's kind of different. But at the end of the day, bringing it back around, I wouldn't change anything about playing football at Paul Quinn. It was fun. It was awesome. Like, so many great memories, man. Shout out to the Quinn.
Nobody loses to Pine Bluff, man. Like that.
Well,
I take that. Let me shut up. Let me take that back. Grambling has lost to Pine Bluff in the later years.
I'm gonna say this respectfully. There was a time when Grambling wasn't the world famous at one point.
You ain't lying about it.
Hey, because we wanted them on the schedule. Like we're like, hold on, they having dog fights with Langston.
You ain't lying
hold
about
on,
it.
They Link. Hold on, Cooley. We might need to get Grambling. You know what this would do for little old Paul? Now I respect the G.
Yeah.
But there was a time when.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was some down years.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Grambling's a bunch of sore losers, bro. Grambling does not like to lose, bro.
I've seen from today.
Yeah, Grambling does not like to lose. Hey, man.
I've seen from today.
Grambling does not like to lose, bro. We do not take losing kindly because we such a winning school. Such a rich history of winning, bro. They don't take kindly to losing.
And I think when you look at HBCUs, Grambling is one of the Ivy League HBCUs as well. That's how I kind of look at it. Yeah. I look at it when you do say Howard, Hampton, you do have to say Grambling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I look at them like that.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm glad you said that because a lot of people always, when they speak of HBCUs, they always say Howard and Hampton first.
East Coast bias.
Yeah. Or they say Morehouse,
yes.
Spelman. Okay, come on down south. You know, or now I tell you, one school they do show a lot of love to is FAMU.
Yes,
they show a lot of love to FAMU.
Yes,
I respect that. I like FAMU too.
Yeah, I have family that have graduated from there and everything. So yeah, shout out to FAMU. They great campus and it's right there with Florida State, and I think there's a junior college right there too. So yeah.
Now I've never been. The one year we were supposed to actually go to FAMU. We didn't get a chance to go. No. We were supposed to go to Bethune-Cookman, but we also supposed to play FAMU too. But we didn't get to go to that game.
Oh, okay.
You know they left the band at home, which sucks. But Ron, man, we almost out of time, man. So
yeah.
First off, this is actually a good conversation, man. Because I've never told some of these band stories out loud.
Nah, they're great.
Especially that Jackson State story. I've never told that story out loud, other than people around like to Crabs or whatever in the band, whatever. Tell them, kind of prepare them what to do.
Yeah.
When they go to Jackson. But as far as like outside of that, I've never told them. I never told that Jackson story.
Nah.
Especially when Mr. Hinch was like, "No, if y'all get into a fight, I'm gonna look the other way." Like that man really told us, like, I'm not coming there to help, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, so go ahead and tell the people where they can reach you at, man. And, on social media, when they can expect to see Beast of the Week and all that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, so hit me up at Ron Murray Jr. You want me to pull up to a sporting event you have, want me to cover it, let me know. I'm everywhere like the air. Coming up, we got the K104 1-800 Truck Wreck Beast of the Week. They're back, offensive and defensive Beast of the Week. So that's $1,000 donation to each program, $2,000 a week. I'm always in the community. Want to say thank you to everybody who gave once again to my fourth annual school supply giveaway. Thank you to Pinkston. Thank you to Seguin. And hey, when you see me around, holla at me, man.
Hey, man. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media platforms at AL Black, man. Make sure you follow the Wearerizeup page as well. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe to the page, man. Like I say, it's a great movement, man. I got a lot of my friends coming through. Shout out to my man Ron Murray, Trey G, Big Rob, Reverend Lions, man. You know what I'm saying? I got people asking me, when I'm gonna be next. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get everybody in there on the schedule. I'm booked up for this month, but next month we're gonna try to work some more people in there, man. Like I say, man, I really appreciate everybody that's coming through. Shout out to Al B over here at Bob Labs. Like I told y'all last week, he don't pay me to say something about the studio. I'm doing this on my own because I appreciate what he does. He has a good product over here, man. He, you know what I'm saying, great setup. Everything is nice here. But yeah, man, make sure y'all follow me, subscribe, man. Just watch the journey with me, man. Supporting is free. That's the one thing, we gotta remember too.
That's a fact.
Everybody be like, oh, well, yeah, man, I'll support you, but don't support me once I get big because I ain't gonna remember you then. I'm intentionally not remember your name. I got a list of names I wrote down in my book of all the subscribers that don't subscribe right now. If I don't see your name once I hit 1 million, I ain't shouting you out. So you might want to go and jump on board now while you got time.
Hold on. So you can't wait to start acting brand new.
Boy,
you're in the preliminary phases.
Let me tell you something. I told Rob this when we graduated high school. I said, nigga, I can't wait to get rich because I'm going to clown once I get it. Shout out to my man Lavelle Crawford. He said when he graduated, he said his teacher always asked him, like, you know what I'm saying, Lavelle, what's the square root of this? And he tell her, I don't know. She's like, you ain't gonna never be nothing in life. He said when he's gonna win, he was finna win $200,000 on a comedy show. He said he didn't win, but he's like, but he wish he did because he would call her and said, I still don't know what the hell the Louisiana Purchase was all about, but I know I got $200,000. I can't wait for me. I'm waiting. I am waiting. Every morning I wake up and I pray. I said, Lord, let me just get rich to stunt for 30 minutes. Oh, all I need is 30 minutes.
That's why you're not getting it, bro. That's why. And that prayer is why you're not getting it.
I said, I don't need a lifetime to stunt. I said, I need 30 minutes to cut up a day. And I promise you, I'll be good after that.
Oh, man.
I'm perfectly fine with that. Somebody gonna call and ask, hey, Black, everybody ain't able. I ain't able either. Click. That's the phone.
Is my line going to get through?
You in the beginning stage. I got your name wrote down in the book. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you, man. You, Trey G, Big Rob. Hey, man, I got y'all boys, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Hey, but yo, man, that's the episode of Black Talk, man. I appreciate y'all boys really supporting me. Like I say, support is free, man. So catch y'all on the next week episode.